Hello friends, it's Astro here and welcome back to the Gulag. Yes, we are here in the frosty winter wonderland of, well, it's, I don't know, frosty winter nondescript country wonderland. Let's go with that, shall we? So, last time we got the common room and stuff set up for these MaxSec guys and they seem to be pretty happy. Things seem to be going rather well at the moment for them. We've got a few things that we need to take care of, however. We've got some hot water reach issues. So these two sinks here need to be connected up. Ideally, they need to be connected, I guess, like to here. So then that goes down to that heater. Let's see if these can stretch all the way over to here. Cross our fingers that they can. Otherwise, we'll have to put another heater in here somewhere. And small pipes are going to be required for these toilets, which we can connect back to this large pipe. And I think these only need small pipes. I think. Cross our fingers. Hopefully they don't need anything more than that, because I really don't want to have to put too much stuff into this place. Now this here canteen, it's relatively warm, but not quite warm enough for my liking. And I think that these boys are going to be a bit more comfortable if we pop in just a couple of little heaters in here. And we'll use our hot water pipes to connect those up. And they can be like sort of, I don't know where they were. They were somewhere like that. We'll connect that to there as well. Why not? We'll just loop everything together. Pipe doesn't cost... Right, it's $2. It's fine. It's fine. We're making $4 grand a day. We're doing absolutely beautifully at the moment. I tell you what, while we've got a bit of cash up our sleeve, let's clone out the rest of these here cells so that we can get the rest of these MaxSec prisoners populated in and basically just cram these poor buggers in like sardines. Let's keep going, actually. Should we go all the way down? Let's go all the way down. Why not? Okay, so that should take care of them. I'm pretty happy with how that's going to look after it's all taken care of. But I'm feeling a bit guilty about these boys. Because these boys, these are long-termers, right? They're going to be here for a while. There's only 18 of them. Sorry, we have capacity for 18. And we have 10 dudes. So, the problem I have with this is that these guys are here for a long time. They have little chance of getting out of this place. And honestly, they're the guys that we want to be working in the workshop and stuff, which is kind of part of the reason why they're next to the workshop. So I feel like we should make their rooms a little bit larger, a little bit more pleasant and comfortable. And so what I think we'll do is stretch this MaxSec area out, right? So what we're going to do is we'll do some planning here. So we're going to stretch it out to this knot road, okay? And we'll run it up like this. Each of these guys can have like 4x5, 2, yeah, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's a 5x5. We only want 4x5. Another one here. I lost count. And then 4x5. And then, does it fit? Oh my god, how beautiful is that? That fits perfectly. Utterly perfectly. So what we'll do is we'll stretch a bunch of them down like that. And then we'll redo these ones into 5x5 cells. Right? So there'll be really nice ones in here like this. And then we'll keep this little block as our solitary confinement. Now, this corridor is going to be a little bit narrow. That's the only problem. So maybe, I'll tell you what, maybe we'll stretch it out to here. And we'll make these even bigger. Right? Just like this. We'll take this wall out. We'll put this wall in so we can have a 2-wide corridor down there. And then all of this guff, right, that can all disappear. Right? boom, 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 boom. Lovely. These guys can even have windows, right? So these will be the really fancy ones outside with windows. These ones will be sort of internal, or maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11. Okay, so we've got 11 down there. So if we make these cells 11, then we could probably move the common room a little bit and give these guys a bit more space. Because I want these guys to be super duper comfortable and looked after. Let's go with concrete to keep the design the same. Right, we'll pop that there, and then we'll pop in an object. No, we'll wait until the foundation's built first, and then we'll pop in a door here, or we'll just break that wall through, and we'll shuffle this all around a little bit. I want to make this a little bit better for people. Okay, I've seen some drugs go by. Let's do a shakedown, so we can see if we can find that. And the other thing that I need to do is I need to objects, dismantle object, trees near the fences, because I spotted last time that trees were being used as an easy way for people to climb out of the prison, which we don't want under any bloody circumstances. And the other thing that I would like to do, and I tell you what, we've got this section here. Let's go materials, fence. We'll stretch this fence across to the road here. Bring this up to here like this. Cool. We've got a door here already, so that's nice. And then what we're going to do is we're going to pull this existing fence down, and we're going to have a forestry in this section here, surrounded by this, old disused road. And I think that should be a good way to get ourselves some extra cash. It was mentioned to me in the comments the other day. So it'll be a good way to generate extra cash for the prison. So we can use those trees to sort of, grow them up and shred them down and turn them into lovely wood. And it'll also be useful to turn into beds using the carpentry stations here. So that'll be a good thing to have as well. So we've got some new MinSec on the way in. We've got one prisoner up for parole. I thought there would have been more. And what do we got here? We're waiting for the license plates at the moment. And we need increased free time to at least 6 hours a day. Oh. Okay. Is that not done? Let's check our regime. 1, 2, 3, 4 hours. Okay. Well, look. 5, 6. Okay. And now we need to keep that running for 119 hours, which is... that's going to be a little bit painful, I have to say. It'll be a little bit of a pain. But hopefully, it shouldn't cause us too much grief. How's this shakedown going? It's taking quite some time, but I guess that's because we are running on 1 speed at the moment. Let's go up to 2. And because we are low on guards. And we've got a good amount of cash flow here, so I kind of feel like we could probably do with... We've got 31 of these dudes. Let's take that up to 40. And give ourselves a little bit of extra breathing room. A little bit of extra, room to maneuver. Just to make sure that we don't have any bottlenecks like what we've currently got. So, I mean, at the moment, we're trying to get all of these searches done. But... with the amount of guys that we have, we're just choked up. Just don't quite have enough staff to be able to take care of that for us. I would like to get some. Ooh, is that going to touch that other cable? I fear that it will. So I'm just going to take out those 2 cables there. Let this guy through to go and do some janitorial activities. And we'll connect up these... here you go, boys. There you go. We'll connect up these metal detectors that we've created so that we can make sure these guys are checked on their way out of the workshop. I don't want them to come through here with a hammer or something like that and then start stabbing people. You don't stab someone with a hammer, do you? But start hurting people. I don't want people to be hurt in my prison. I want people to be happy and safe I mean, it's not really much of a gulag, to be fair. A gulag is, you know, historically a fairly nasty place. So I guess I'm kind of not living up to that side of the name of this prison. But I think that it was more... I was more aiming for the it's very cold sort of comparison. You know, that's what I was sort of... That's what I was aiming for. Because it is that winter sort of system that we're stuck in. And that's kind of what we were aiming for. Why am I not... I don't have enough hot water pressure to make it all the way down here, do I? Okay, we might need another boiler. And we'll pop it... Where was the last one? How far north? Okay, so there's one there. So we'll pop one... We'll tuck it right into here. And then we'll bring this large pipe across like this to connect it up. And then we'll bring across the hot water pipe like this, and we can connect it up this way as well. It's also going to require some air electricity. And we have our choice of 3 different circuits to connect it to. So let's choose the least loaded one. That one's not looking great. This one over here is doing pretty well. And this one at the top here, that's pretty okay as well. Okay, let's connect it to here. So we'll just bring it through the wall and then bring it up like this. That should be good. We'll keep this one lightly loaded because it's really going to be looking after the workshop for the most part. And we want to make sure that the workshop doesn't then trip this out and then turn all the metal detectors off and all that sort of jazz. It'll be irritating if that sort of thing happens. We don't want that. That's going to be nasty. I tell you what though, the more and more I look at these MaxSec boys, the more I am concerned, because to get from here out to here is going to be very simple for these boys to tunnel their way out. Oh, speaking of tunnels, I just remembered. So while that's all building itself up, do you remember a while ago we set up some dog patrols? And we thought, oh, well, we'll just have them wrapping around the back of the cell block, so in case anyone tunnels out, we'll be able to spot the tunnel. Well, that's kind of defunct now, because they're all in this tiny little corridor, so it's kind of pointless. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull those out, and we're going to have our dog patrols, I guess, across here, and then I have 2 down to here. There. And then one that comes around the corner, like this. And then what we'll do is we'll just schedule them all at night time, I think. 3, 4 at night time. I think that should be good. And then we're probably very well off having one here and one here as well. Right? Just to make sure that these boys are doing what they are supposed to be doing. And then during the day, to help us to try and stem the flow of drugs coming into the prison, I'm going to have one through the infirmary. And let's have a couple in and around here. So we'll have one in the reception area here, one down the corridor, right? 2. We can have, I think, so 1, that's sort of work free time. And then meal times, I think we're having one in the big canteen is probably a good idea as well. And then probably one in, let's see. One in this canteen? I don't know if they're really necessary in the canteen. They will aid suppression, but it's not really super duper necessary. Maybe have them out here during break time, just in case people, like in the yard time, just in case people bring drugs out and trade them in the yard during the day. So, let's see. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we're going to need some more puppers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 crates at the moment, which means that I think that that's the limit of doggos that we... Oh no, we can have as many as we fancy. Alright, well, let's just get that up to 6. and then it should mean that they'll all be outside at night time, but then when they come back in the morning, some of them will be scheduled onto another shift. Some of them can go and have a little, like the dogs can have a snooze in their crate and chill and like lick their paws and whatever other parts of themselves that they want to lick. I mean, they're dogs after all. That's just what they do. And yeah, basically just chill and recuperate. We've got a bit of a problem here though, where this water isn't making it all the way to these toilets. So we'll run one straight up from the big pipe. And these two heaters are not getting fed. So I'm going to try... Let's try this. Let's try running a small pipe out to here. And we'll try popping a boiler in just here. And then a hot water pipe connecting it back to that line there. We'll see if that gives us enough pressure. It may do. It may not do. But I'd rather not run the large pipe all the way down here if I can avoid it. I mean, I can, but it does provide an easy escape vector to these guys who can come straight out of here into this large pipe and then find their way all the way out through and under this wall, which is less than ideal. It's not what we want, because then from there, it's a very, very easy run to the fence, and a lot of these guys have been caught using or carrying ropes around the prison, and those ropes make it very easy to hop this fence. Ideally, what we're going to need to do is replace this fence. I mean, ideally, we really need to buy up some extra land so that we have a greater distance between the edge of the prison and the fence line, and we need to then replace the fences with perimeter fences. So perimeter fences, maybe even just around the outside of the map here would be enough, although this end of the prison is way too close to the edge of the map. And then I would think that we should get some snipers towers in here as well. I think that they will greatly help us out. So this here section has been completed, so we're going to demolish this fence and this one here. And let's, once that's done, plant this forestry out. There's a tiny bit of grass here, which is fun. But we'll plant this forestry out and start getting some timber produced for our prison. This new wing here is now completed, which is excellent. We can go ahead and pop in a large jail door right here. I keep pressing E, as is my want. So this large jail door will then mean that we can build these cells out and make them really, really nice for these guys. I think, you know what? I think we should go whole hog on these rooms. We'll give them all of the mod cons that they require. We'll give them like a prayer mat, and we'll give them maybe a bookshelf. I'd love to give them a desk so that they can have a computer and jump on the internet and maybe do some day trading, or, you know, whatever it is that what do prisoners do on the internet, I wonder? They look up rope making videos on YouTube, I would assume. Knife sharpening videos, that's probably a fairly interesting thing for prisoners to be into. I'm not sure. Maybe you can let me know. Let me know in the comments below. Well, if you were in prison, what would be the sort of YouTube videos that you would most likely be looking up? In the meantime, this fence has been mostly removed, so we can go ahead and set up our forestry. Here it is. And we'll have it just like, ooh. Do you know what? Hang on. Let's learn our lesson. We'll bring it back from the fence line. And maybe a little bit here as well. That little fence is going to get in the way, which is a little bit annoying, but that's fine. Yeah, I'll have it set back from the fence because I don't want people to climb trees and find their way out that way. But yeah, this forestry should do us a good service. It should help us out to keep things under control. I'm kind of feeling like this jail door here is not super duper necessary because these workmen need to come out here all the time. It's kind of not super necessary for these... Oh, you're just going to osmose through that wall, are you? Good, for these guys to be able to come and go. But that being said, it's probably best to keep it there just to be on the safe side. I'll tell you what, instead of worrying about removing gates where we don't think that they should be, how about if we make it so that these gates are easier to traverse for our dudes? So next episode, what we'll do is we've got a little bit of cash here. We've got some early prisoner releases going on, which is really helping us out. Let's set up remote door control on heavily trafficked areas. So these ones down the center here, this guy here where people seem to come and go, and probably in here as well, but I'm not sure. And we'll deal with that too. Alright guys, well, thank you very much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.